Food prices here in New Zealand have gone completely mad recently, and it's not just you feeling it. Shopping that used to cost maybe $150 all of a sudden is costing $300. So I thought this week, instead of doing recipes, I'd share 5 practical tips and simple habits that can probably end up saving you hundreds per year, all while eating delicious food that feels fancy but doesn't break the bank. And to be honest, they're all the same ones that I use in my kitchen to cut down on the bills. Tip number 1, it sounds simple, but if you do it properly, you can save masses. If you can choose where you shop, I guarantee you can slash the prices in your shopping basket. Now, unfortunately, the town that I live in only has one brand. There are no other supermarkets here, but maybe you live in a bigger town where you've got a New World, a Pack and Save, and a Woolworths. If you can shop between them, then you are going to be able to cut down in your savings, because not all supermarkets are equal. Some of these stores might sell the exact same ingredient with a markup of 20 to 30%. And you know what? You don't even have to go to the supermarket these days to do your recce. You can just type it in online on their websites. Super easy way to do your recce without leaving your house. And that way you'll instantly know if there's something you can get cheaper in a different place. Number 2. This one is all about cooking from scratch. And if you're here at Dishes with Del, there's a good chance that you like doing that anyway. Yes, it's true that pre-made meals and takeaways feel convenient, but they're always the big spenders. They'll kill your budget in an instant. Think about it like this: when you're cooking at home, you're cooking from scratch. You're not paying for their marketing, their packaging, or their rent if you're getting it from a takeaway. So it's a smart thing to do. Even if you are making homemade pasta sauce, it's better than buying the pre-made stuff, because for instance, a can of tomatoes can set you back less than $2. You can add exactly what you like in it, and it will cost you a fraction of the price of the jarred one, which is also probably packed full of sugar, because that's what they do to make it taste good. So the secret to making this work long term is a little bit of meal planning. I even do it for all the videos that I create. I have to make sure that I'm not spending over the odds on ingredients that I'm buying, and I'm always making it from scratch, meaning I'm definitely cutting back on the cheeky little prices that get added on. And all it means is taking 10 minutes out of your week to write down what you're actually going to cook, and then you're only buying what you need. Plus, if you know me, I hate waste, and so this is a great way to cut down on that too. Because there's nothing worse than being in the supermarket and being like,
oh, I might need some of them.
And then 3 weeks later, it's still sat there. So as much as it might sound boring, planning ahead and cooking from scratch are always going to save you dollars. Tip number 3. This one is a classic chef's trick. Treat your leftovers as if they're ingredients. Nothing goes to waste in my house, and if it does, I feel like I have a little funeral for it each time it goes in the bin, because I really try to cut down on throwing anything away. And using up your leftovers to make a brand new meal might sound like something you don't want to do, because you're like,
ugh, I ate that already yesterday.
But hey, there's always a way to zhuzh it up. Maybe you've got some leftover roasted vegetables, blend them up into a soup. Maybe it's a little bit of leftover chicken from that roast you had, and some rice from the day before. Fried rice. And even leftover bread and sad herbs can be made into something fantastic. The herbs for your dressing of your salad, and that old bread for your crunchy croutons on top. And if you can turn one dinner into lunch the next day, it's another meal you don't have to think about or even plan. Number 4. Now, this might not sound like a money-saving tip, and I'm sure that there's always going to be people that are like,
hey Del, you know, you're just paying for the bones. Da, 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 da.
I hear ya, but buying a whole chicken and breaking it down yourself, you are always going to get better bang for your buck. Just think, from that one chicken, you're getting 2 breasts, 2 thighs, 2 drumsticks, 2 wings, and 2 bits that the wing connect to, plus a chicken frame which you're then going to be able to make into stock. If you really wanted to get fancy, you could even dehydrate all the skin, blend it all up and add it to some salt, so the next time you make some banging air fried chippies, you got some wicked chicken salt to go on the top. A whole chicken is going to cost you less than $20, but if you bought all the things individually, it's going to cost you so much more. You are going to use every ounce of that chicken and you're going to get way more bang for your buck. And if you don't know how to break down a whole chicken, I made a video on it, so go check it out and save yourself another little bit of dollar. And finally, number 5, always look at the unit price. As some of you may well know, here in New Zealand, it's constantly in the news about supermarkets and being fair to the consumer, because often they will say, hey, look, this guy's on special, but actually you look at the unit price and it is nowhere near as cheap as they're making it out because they've put it on special. So make sure you're always looking at the unit cost underneath. Again, it's a great way to save on them pennies, and you know what they say, every penny makes a pound, so don't be worried or embarrassed at looking at the prices, because I do it every single time I'm in there. And if there's something that's on special and it really is a good special, well then stock up a little bit. Take a few extra if you know that it's something that you use all the time. We're absolute suckers for oat milk in this house, and we love the So Good Barista brand. So hey, if anyone works for So Good and you want to send me some of that Barista oat milk, I'm quite happy to take some, because that stuff is always like $5 at the supermarket, but when it goes on special, ching 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 ching, sometimes it's like $3.20. So my God, they're getting in my basket. Of course, it's not sustainable for absolutely everything, only when it comes to things like pantry staples, but it's a great way to save a little bit of extra cash, and future you will probably really appreciate that you bought the extra cartons of oat milk. And that is my 5 top tips on how to cut down on your grocery bill. They may sound like the simplest of changes and kind of silly on their own, but you put them all together and it's like a magic system that can save you hundreds of dollars a year. And it's not all about eating food that you don't enjoy, it's just about cooking them smartly. If beef mince is really expensive one week, well then have your burgers the next week. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. I know that it's very different from just the recipes that I usually do, but you know what? Sometimes it's great to talk about ways to save cash too. If you've enjoyed this, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and hey, why not tell me some of your money saving tricks and tips? Because I'm sure that not only me, but others would love to hear them. I'll see you all next week, and I hope that this video has made you think twice about buying that special, because sometimes it ain't so special. I'll see you later, guys. Ciao!